And here we go.
What's good, people? What's good, world? Welcome back again to the channel. I know it's been a minute, but of course, things be happening, life be lifing. But of course, we got to come right back to it. I'm gonna start giving y'all these videos on the regular. But before we even get started, make sure you do the thing, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, because it goes a long way. It goes a long way to get these notifications. That like button goes a long way to see more videos like this. But what we're about to do right now is, as you saw the title, we are about to get into it, man. Sean Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, the Diddler, Diddy, Brother Love, Puffy. Of course, and as we go through this situation, this is going to be opening up, of course, stuff later on down the line. This is something that we may have to come back to because this may play well into his case. But we're going to go through the non-disclosure requirements. Now, with that being said, as you know, if you're a celebrity, you normally are having people sign a non-disclosure agreement, basically meaning that you sign something saying that, hey, these are the rules you follow to be able to hang around me, to be able to be in my intimate setting. These are rules you have to follow, and if you break these rules, you are subject to legal liability, meaning that I could sue you, I could come after your company, I could come after your money, I could, take something from you, whatever it is. But basically, you're held to a legal liability to follow these rules. So, what I want to do with you guys tonight was go over those rules in which, Diddy made people sign these agreements, and let's have a conversation about this list, because it's very interesting. It's just very interesting. So, with that being said, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna go through the non-disclosure agreement requirements that he required, and then of course, let's just break it down just a little bit. Let's just have a conversation about it, if you don't mind. So, this says, and again, TMZ reported this. This may come out later on inside his court case that's set for May 2025. We know that Diddy's still behind bars as we speak for his fourth appeal to try to get out on bond. But again, this may come back up. So with that being said, without further ado, it says Diddy's party NDA revealed. And let's do it like this. All right. Guests are strictly forbidden from revealing anything about him on those or those in his inner circle. Once again, the first one says guests are strictly forbidden from revealing anything about him or those in his inner circle. So that's number one. That the guests, when they sign this NDA, they are strictly forbidden to reveal anything about him or those in his inner circle, meaning that you can't talk about Diddy, you can't talk about his kids. I know Justin just got hit with a lawsuit today. You can't talk about them. You can't talk about his friends. You can't talk about the higher ups, the lower downs, the workers. You can't talk about nobody in his inner circle. You just can't do it. And mind you, as we speak on this, all this is, of course, I don't want to say it's alleged because they revealed it, but let's just use it, as a precaution. All this is allegedly, but they already revealed that this is kind of what's going down. All right, number 2, strict NDA requirement. Attendees at Diddy's parties must sign a non-disclosure agreement that prohibits them from sharing any information about Diddy, his family, his friends, business associates, or current and former partners. So that kind of doubles down back to the first one. If you come to the party, you got to sign a non-disclosure agreement that stops you, prohibits you. You cannot do it of sharing any information about them. That means sharing text messages, emails, conversation, anything they may have said. You cannot disclose what you might have heard at these parties or what you might have saw, read, or information you may have gotten from anyone at these parties. And that, of course, includes his former partners, business associates, anybody with bad boy rappers, anybody that's associated with him in a business level, current or former. So that's the ones that used to work with him, or even if they don't work with him no more, like let's say Danity Kane or the band, or B 5. You cannot talk about current or former employees or partners or anything of that nature that's associated with him, and that's friends and family. Of course, his sons included too. So that's prohibited. All right. Second one is no photography or recording. The NDA specifically bars attendees from taking photos, filming, or recording anything at the event without Diddy's written consent. This includes sharing images or videos on social media. Most celebrities will tell people like, "Hey, you got to give your phone up. You cannot be at this party and have your phone. Everybody put your phone in a bucket." I think y'all seen the viral video of Diddy going around with a bucket before he was at he was on a Miami dock, and he was going up to different cars saying, "Everybody phones in the bucket." I think they're about to go on a yacht party. Everybody phones go in the bucket because you cannot have your phone on while you at this party. Therefore, you can't record it. You can't video record it. So that means some people like to have 2 phones on them. This NDA they're signing is saying that, hey, even if you have 10 phones on you, none of those devices could be recording or taking any flash photography or any type of photography, any type of recording to reveal what is happening at these parties. You're known for this a lot. I think Trey Songz is going through it right now. He's being sued for beating up a dude for taking his wife and putting her in a room. I remember R. Kelly had came to Dallas one time, and my girl wanted to go on stage with him, and he was like, "Hey, y'all come backstage for the after party," and they're like, "You can't bring your phone," so it's like, "Nah, we ain't doing it." So these celebrities will be like, "Nah, we need no phones here," but that's also what get them caught up. You know what I'm saying? I think there was a video of somebody. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh boy, I forgot the producer name, Lil Rod or Lil Ron. He would pull out a phone and like record a little bit of what's going on when he saw the Cuba Gooding Jr. stuff. That stuff's supposed to be not allowed. You're not supposed to have your phone out. You should not be able to record at these events because you signed the NDA. So Lil Rod, even him filing a lawsuit, I think the thing in New York, they lifted it where even if you sign the NDA, you can still press charges is what's going on right now with Diddy. So these NDAs are, they're out the window. So technically, if you did record something and you got footage, you got something. But Diddy, I think he wanted to do his own recording. So he wanted all the photography. He wanted all the filming, and he wanted to keep it all himself. I believe there's other parties where he have his own cameraman, his own photographer. I remember there was a video of I think it was a Diddy party, but Jay-Z was there and Beyonce was dancing, and you see Jay-Z grabbing somebody's phone, like grabbing out their hand, like, "You cannot be recording my wife while she's at this party. This stuff be real, man. You can't even. I'm not supposed to be here." So know that that's a big no-no. That's a part of the NDA. This next one says long-lasting NDA. The agreement lasts for either the lifetime of Diddy plus 20 years or a total of 70 years, whichever is longer. This is an unusual lengthy term for an NDA, meaning that the NDA, so NDAs are normally you sign them, sometimes they're not forever, sometimes they are forever, like you just can't ever talk about it ever. But these NDAs, I guess this might give people the ability to, be, not saying coerced into signing them, but it gives them a little more levity to sign them. Like, all right, this is not signing my life away. No, it says you've signed this, is valid up until I die or 20 years after I die. After that, you can write your books. You can do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. That might give somebody, I'll sign it. You know what I'm saying? If I could maybe get rich off of it later. So they're saying that the agreement lasts for either the lifetime of Diddy plus 20 years or a total of 70 years. So meaning even if Diddy lives to be 100, once you sign an NDA, it lasts for 70 years. So it doesn't go past 70 years, but even if he passes away, that's his lifetime, so it's done. But you still have 20 years after he died to talk about any of the stuff you might have seen or saw or did. So again, the people that's coming out now is because they lifted these NDAs in New York, and people are able to tell their stories. And again, I think some people just weren't even scared to get in trouble. They were just like, man, this stuff is so affecting me. F that NDA. I ain't got no money anyway, so forget your NDA. I'm going to talk. So that's a long time. 70 years or 20 years after he died, that's like if Pac had an NDA and in 2014 or 2025, whatever, you can start, or 2026, I'm sorry, Pac died in 96. 2026, you can start, 2016, you can start talking about Pac. You had an NDA, which in retrospect, it don't seem that long. Like most people who, let's say, kicked with Pac who's 25 at the time, and Pac was 25 years old, when you're 45, you can talk about stuff. So that's not that long if you think about it, but that's the NDA. And the last one we have here via TMZ is restrictions on publications, meaning attendees are not allowed to give interviews, write books, or release any information about Diddy or his parties without prior written approval. That means just like the flash photography, Diddy has to give you permission to write a book, to do interviews, release any type of information, whatever. So no one can come on the Real Life Street Stars couch and start talking about Diddy if they sign one of these agreements, unless Diddy gave them approval. We had Jaguar Wright on the couch. Jaguar Wright didn't really be around Diddy. She was around Jay-Z. She says she signed 2 NDAs with Jay-Z. I don't know what those NDAs are. Can't speak on it. But if she had signed one with Diddy, it would restrict her from talking about Diddy on a publication like Real Life Street Stars, or doing an interview where she talks about Diddy and gives information that she signed saying that she was not supposed to. That could put her in legal trouble. So with that being said, that's why some people just aren't talking about it, because if Diddy didn't give you the okay to write about it, then you can't talk about it. And that's if you sign an NDA. So I'm really curious on how Cassie wrote a whole book. And I wonder what happened to that book that Cassie wrote, because again, remember, Cassie only sued him when he tried to stop the book from coming out. And therefore she sued. He slept on it, didn't do nothing. Sued for $30 million. They end up settling for undisclosed amount, probably $30 million, maybe more, because again, there was a book that was supposedly going to come out, or allegedly that was going to come out, talking about stuff of her life with Diddy, and she was not supposed to probably write that book, or maybe she had an NDA, or maybe the NDA was up. Who knows? I don't know the details of everything, but that is technically what is listed on the NDA, the requirements of the NDA, the non-disclosure agreements that Diddy had people sign at his parties. First and foremost, I want to get y'all's thoughts on this list. What does this mean? Do y'all think this will come back to bite him? Do you think people now are going to be speaking more about this? Because again, some of these NDAs are lifted. Maybe they're loose. Maybe because he's in jail and he can't do nothing about it. Might as well talk about it. I would love you guys' take on it, man. How wild is this list? Is it wild? Is it normal? Because maybe all celebrities have a list kind of like this. This kind of seems normal in a sense where celebrities will normally have this type of NDA. This is kind of what an NDA is. Don't talk about what goes on here. So with that being said, I would love you guys' take, man. We're about to be talking more about, of course, the Diddy case. I'm going to come back tomorrow. We're going to talk about the YSL trial and bring that up as far as how that came to an end. And, again, if y'all haven't been over to the big channel and the Clips channel, Charleston White interviews going crazy. Make sure y'all go watch that. The new Charleston White Thanksgiving special. It's dope. But with that being said, man, hey, we back, man. Let's get to talking about it, man. Let's do some more reactions. Let's go through it. Hey, we're gonna discuss this together, man. But I appreciate y'all for staying down, staying loyal to the channel, staying loyal to the movement, and man, just keeping it real, man. In real life, you already know what it is, man. Joking, man. We out.